It's Tommy Watt for TCT Boxing. I'm here joined by world champion trainer Glenn Rushton. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, really well, thanks. Yeah.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Busy night for yourself. You had a couple of fighters. First off, Joe Goodall picking up yet another first round KO. They're starting to it's 4 of those in a row now. Is anyone going to be able to stand in there with Joe?
Well, you know, he's doing a great job so far. Naturally, the opposition will continually get tougher as we go, but you know, he couldn't be doing any better than he is at the moment. So I'm delighted with his progress, and it was another terrific exhibition tonight.
Yeah, he's in against someone who'd had 60, 70 odd fights, so an experienced operator who knows his way around the ring, and say Joe just walked straight through him. So it's next step is where we go next. And is there anyone that's being discussed at the moment, or is it we go back and look at the drawing board for who's next for Joe?
Well, we're looking at all options. It's just a matter of seeing who else is out there and just trying to nurture Joe. I mean, I have really high expectations for Joe Goodall on how far he can go in this sport. He's already done everything in the amateurs, a bronze at the World Championships, a silver at Glasgow. So yeah, I think the sky's the limit. And it's just a matter of developing him steadily and putting him up against continually different opponents, and obviously better and better opponents.
Yeah, and obviously in the UK we've got 2 guys, Joe Joyce and Daniel Jaguar, who are at similar sort of levels in terms of their professional careers, and it seems like a fight down the line between Joe and one of those two seems inevitable maybe in a few years' time as they head towards that world title contention, would you say?
Yeah, I think that's very possible. I mean, Joe Goodall fought Joe Joyce in the final, of course, of the Glasgow Commonwealth Games, and Joe Joyce came out in front on that one. Mind you, he did get a bye in the semi-final with a walkover, and Joe had to back up from the day before. So, you know, let's see what happens when ultimately they may meet in the professional ranks, which would be a great
fight. See if we can see it in the pros. And so you just had Mick Whitehead suffer a split decision loss here with a controversial decision. A few people disagreeing with it ringside. What were your thoughts on the fight, first of all?
Yeah, I thought it was a close fight, but I thought Mick clearly had won 4 rounds to 2, so I thought we definitely had the decision. I thought, no, we've definitely got this decision. I thought he was clearly doing enough. They weren't like huge majority rounds, but clear enough. In my mind, there wasn't any doubt. I thought, no, we got that one. So I thought we had 4 rounds, and therefore I thought we definitely had the fight. The judges saw it differently, and naturally we'd do it again in a heartbeat, and next time we'll just have to make it a lot more convincing.
Yeah, no, so I saw Mick on his pro debut, and so I know he's been working with himself in the Stratton gym recently. You could see elements of the Glenn Rushton style coming in there as he was coming in, and Coswell was really, particularly in those first 2 rounds, having a lot of time timing him on the way in. Are you seeing Mick develop every day, and we're going to see more from Mick as we move forward?
Yeah, Mick's been developing every day. He's sparring the likes of Jeff Horn and Dennis Hogan and guys like that, and Cameron Hammond and great boxers, and Nathan Webber. So, you know, he's getting all the right work in, but it takes time to reprogram him. So what I'm doing is laying the foundations, but Mick's got a great chin. He hits hard. He's very absorbs the information very quickly. He's very hungry. So yeah, I can see great things for Mick, but we've just got to continually develop him and measure him. So tonight was a good fight, great for boxing, and it's good to see good matchups like this rather than people just taking the easy fights.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely what we want to see, and we see more and more of it in Australia, which is great. On to the 2 thoroughbreds in the stable, in Dennis Hogan and Jeff Horn. Dennis obviously missed out on the Jaime Munguia fight, which could have been tomorrow on the Canelo GGG undercard, which obviously very disappointing for everyone in Australia. That's not the case, but we're just biding our time, and Dennis is going to take that chance as soon as he gets it.
Yeah, Dennis is improving every day. So every day I look at it that Dennis is getting a little bit better. So I'm continuing to develop Dennis every day. I've never seen a 33-year-old with as much fire in the belly as Dennis Hogan. So he's an absolute treasure in the gym, and you know, he's a great reminder to all the other boxers of what hard work can do. So he's #1 now ranked in the world. We're pushing hard to get the mandatory position, and of course then they can't stop us getting a shot at the world title.
That's it. Cannot wait for Dennis to be in that world title shot. And speaking of world titles, obviously Jeff Horn is embarking on his pathway back to his next world title, looking very close. Obviously nothing's been confirmed that the Mundine fight's going to happen. Won't ask you to confirm or deny if that's been agreed yet, but if that does happen, you must be very confident that Jeff can take that win.
Yeah, it's a great fight, a terrific fight. Jeff Horn, Anthony Mundine. I mean, very few fighters at this level go up 2 weight divisions against a multiple world champion and do it successfully. So Danny Green, at being a light heavy, couldn't stop Anthony Mundine in 2 attempts, and I want Jeff Horn to get out there, dazzle, show his back in a big way, and I'd like him to stop Anthony Mundine. So I have put a fair bit of pressure on Jeff for this fight. I said, I want to see a fantastic performance. So we think we're very close to getting this signed off. Hopefully that'll happen within the next few days and we'll be able to announce the fight formally, but we're excited about that fight.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It is a very, very exciting fight, and Mundine been very quiet by his own standards in terms of what's been said about Jeff and about the fight itself. Do you think as that draws close and once it's confirmed we may see the other side of the man come out and it might be a bit more bite and as he tries to get under Jeff's skin?
Yeah, I think we're going to see the real Anthony Mundine as this promotion continues, and I think they're in for some colourful interviews with Anthony,
so.
And we'd expect nothing less. But at the end of the day, this is a great fight. This is two former world champions, two fantastic athletes, one going up 2 divisions. Jeff, remember, in his amateur career was only a light welterweight at 64, whereas Anthony's fought most of his career at super middle. So this is a wide disparity in terms of weight, and again we saw how effective Anthony was in his last fight against Tommy Brown. So he's still got that speed. That hand speed was electric last time, and he disposed of Tommy quite quickly. So we can't afford to go into this fight taking it easy. This is still a tough comeback fight. Okay, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to see what the Glenn Rushton plan of action is for that fight, and obviously we'll see you there if we don't see you before, and as always, thanks for your time, Glenn.
You're very welcome.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.